Well, students, let us discuss another topic: classification of class cyclostome. There are 15 species that belongs to class cyclostomes, and we know that the cyclostomes are jawless fishes, and they are living jawless fishes because the other class was Ostracoderm of the division Aganetha, which are not present today, that are extinct now, and the second class was Cyclostome, and it has the 50 living species, and all are jawless. That is why they come under group Aganetha, means without jaws. Uh, these 50 species of class Cyclostomes belong to two major divisions: Petromyzoniformis and Myxiniformis. Petromyzoniformis and Myxiniformis, both these divisions, were called by some scientists as subclasses, whereas by some they are the orders, and by some they are the families of the class Cyclostome. Uh, the similarity between these two, that means the similarity between Petromyzoniformis and Myxiniformis, is because of the convergent evolution. Convergent evolution means when the organisms have originated in two different environments or in two different line of evolution, but because of their occupation of the same environment, they have developed some similarities. Say, for example, normally the class mammals, they don't have fin-like features, or they hardly have the aquatic respiration, or you can say the class mammals are recognized, the individuals of the class mammals are recognized by having the four limbs, the uh, the anterior two limbs and the hind limb, forelimb and the hind limb, total four limbs. Okay, but when you look at the whale, you cannot imagine immediately that it is a mammal, because the whale looks like a fish. It is because the fishes and the whale both are living in the water. So, because of the same habitat, they have evolved in such a fashion that they look alike. Similarly, the similarity between Petromyzoniformis and Myxiniformis is because of the convergent evolution. This is the convergent evolution, that the two groups have evolved are totally different, but because they have the same habitat, so they have the similarities in them. Otherwise, they cannot be put under the same group because they do have some important and basic morphological differences also. So the whale is not uh, whale is not having the gills like the fishes. Whale is not having the fins like the fishes. So whale cannot be put under the fishes. They have the characteristic feature of the mammal, so whale is a mammal. Otherwise, mammal and the fish are the totally different group, but because of the same habitat, they have the same body shape. This is the convergent evolution. Similar is the example of the Petromyzoniformis and Myxiniformis. They have differences, but because of the convergent evolution, both are very similar to each other. Order 1, Petromyzoniformis. Petros means stone and myzon means suck. Uh, it is because these names belongs to the feature that they have the sucker at the anterior end, the mouth. Member of this order are called lampreys. So this is the Petromyzoniformis. Petromyzon is the zoological name, whereas lamprey is its common name. They are also called as lamprey. They are also called as lamprons. They are also called as sand pride. Their mouth is ventral. You can look at this. Mouth is ventral and within a suctorial buccal funnel beset with many horny teeth. So this mouth has a funnel and is present uh, in a suctorial funnel. For forming a suctorial funnel, that means a structure which is meant for attachment exactly in the fashion as something is meant for sucking. So it has a groove inside with the help of which it can uh, it can cling to any other fish, because you know that they are the parasites also. So they have the buccal funnel modified in such a form that they form a sucker like feature called the for the attachment, and this is called as buccal funnel. Your nostril is dorsal inside. You can see on the dorsal side of the fish you have the nostril. This is the nostril. Nasohypophyseal sac closed behind. Because we do have the nose, but our nose is opening in the buccal cavity, whereas here the sac is not opening behind in the mouth, so they are the closed sac like feature. They are not connected to the pharynx. Gill pouches or gill slits are seven pairs. You can see these are the seven pairs of the gill slits meant for the respiration. Each gill opening in a separate respiratory pharynx. So, because they don't have the common opening behind, so they open separately behind in the pharynx. Their dorsal fin is well developed. You can see the dorsal fin is well developed. Branchial basket complete. Branchial basket again means the basket which is meant for the respiration behind these gills. Dorsal and ventral roots of spinal nerves remain separate. So you have two types. They have the two types of the spinal nerves coming out from the brains. The dorsal and the ventral both remain separate. And we have already studied that they always have the two semicircular canal of the internal ear, whereas in the higher forms you may find three semicircular canals. Eggs numerous, they lays numerous eggs, and eggs are very small. Development is indirect with a long larval stage. So indirect development means involvement of the larval stage, and then the larva metamorphose into adult, both marine and freshwater forms. So the lampreys are freshwater and they are marine also. Some examples are Petromyzon, Lampreyta, Anthospherus, Ichthyomyzon. So this order constitute about 30 species. It include 30 species. Then you have the second order, Myxiniformis. Myxa means slime, Ida means type. So because they are slime type, so they are called. Member of this order are called hagfishes. They are exclusively marine. They are no freshwater myxine or myxiniform is there. Both terminal. In previous case it was ventral, but now it is terminal, present at the anterior end with four pairs of tentacles and few teeth. You can see the tentacles which are sensory function, they are present there also, and the teeth are also present also. No buccal funnel is present, unlike that we have find in previous form. Nostril terminal. So nostril is again present at the anterior end. Nasohypophyseal sac opens behind into pharynx. So it is not a closed sac unlike that of the previous form. So it has the opening in the pharynx. Gill pouches or gill slits are 16 to 15 pairs. You can see these are the gill pouches which may vary from one species to another. So 16 to 15 pairs are there. Dorsal fin feeble. So you don't have the well developed dorsal fin as it was present in the previous form. Dorsal and ventral root of spinal nerves united. Now in previous form they were separate ear with one semicircular canal. So in previous form, they were having the two semicircular canals of the internal ear. Eggs few. In previous form, they were having the large number of eggs and small also, but here they are large. Development is direct, that means they don't involve the formation of the larva and then metamorphosis. Development is direct. Example is myxine, so which is also called as hagfish. Then uh, Potatritus, which is also called as Videllostoma, and the paramyxine are other examples. Thanks. This is all about the classification of the cyclostomes.